In this lecture, I will show you how to import images and also icons using React icons. My file will continue from the last couple of lectures where I had the component folder, and I also for this lecture added a folder called images. I will place my logo within this folder so that I can use it within my application. In order to use an image in React, you will need to import it from a file. I will show you how to do that now. In the app.js file, in the top, we will need to add an import tag. We will import from the file itself and give it a name. I will call mine logo for this instance, logo.png, which you can see right here is in my image folder. Down below, in order to have this display on your application, we will need to add it below. I placed mine in the paragraph tag. I want to have my image loaded inside of this paragraph tag. I will need to use the element img. I will say source, which is the name that I called it before, in the import. Alt is going to say logo for the load. And if I wanted to style it, I can add a style here using CSS modules or add class name and have it come from the CSS file itself. However, I'm just going to use a CSS module in this example. In order to view it, I will use yarn. Yarn start to start your server. You can see that it does show up on localhost 3000. I do have my logo added to the left. I also have a couple of icons loaded to the right. These are coming from a package called React Icons. If you see here, the name of the website would be React-Icons. And what this does is if you download it or install it into your file, it will install a folder called React Icons. That will be placed in your Node Modules folder. That will then allow us to use any of the following icons. They have a package from Font Awesome, Ion icons, material design icons, type icons, GitHub icons, Feather, and also gaming icons. This library is quite large. You can use any of these icons as you choose. If you go to the home page, all of the documentation that you need will be right here in order to install it within your file and use it. In order to install React icons, you will need to go ahead and copy this line of code, npm install react-icons -- save. Because I have my server already running and my terminal is up and running, I will need to go ahead and have a new terminal window pop up. That allows me to have my server run and then also be able to install this new package. I can now see that it is going to the right folder. I will copy and paste that into my terminal, npm install react-icons -- save. I will hit enter and it will load a package of React icons to your Node module folder. I will scroll down to React-icons, and if everything worked correctly, I should have a folder. There we go, React-icons. You can see that I do have a folder for my FAs, which is Font Awesome. Once again, these are all libraries that React icons are using, and then we're just hooking on to these modules. I will close this so that we can see the file structure again. In order to use React icons, you will need to install it within the head of the document. You always need to do an import. You will need to import the name of the icon and the library that you're pulling it from. All you will need to do is go to the documentation and take a look. It will tell you exactly which library to pull it from and how to use it. Here you can see an example. If you wanted to use the FA beer icon, you would use the curly braces and then say that it is coming from the React-icons / FA library. In order to place it on the page, you will have to use it as a component. The way you place a component on the page would be to give it the name and then once again have it in the self-closing tag. Let's look at the Font Awesome documentation. Here, if you wanted to use any one of these icons, you would just use the name that it gives you and then say from that package. Here you can see on my documentation I have the beer, I have an ambulance, an ad, a bookmark, and a person. I will show you the code to do that. Here, I went ahead and imported those from each one of the libraries. And I used one from a different library just so you could see how they look. The ambulance name, the circle, the bookmark, and the person. In order to place them on the page, you just write them as the component piece, and then they will appear on the actual page itself, which is this line of icons right here. That is all you have to do in order to get React icons to work. You can use any of these icons within your application each week.